Before 2022, Burkina Faso's roads were not roads. They were scars, etched into the land, torn by neglect, and forgotten by the very powers meant to serve the people. For years, travelers were forced to dodge potholes larger than craters, journey for hours over a distance of minutes, and pray during every rainy season that the road beneath their feet wouldn't collapse. Villagers remained isolated. Farmers couldn't access markets. Emergency responders couldn't reach the dying. The roads, or what was left of them, were a national embarrassment and a deadly liability. But then came a soldier, a captain, a patriot. His name? Ibrahim Traoré. In under 2 years, this young leader began transforming Burkina Faso's broken road system into a bold blueprint for African development. From the outskirts of Ouagadougou to the hidden corners of Kaya, from the forgotten northeast to the dusty paths of the Sahel, roads have been cleared, rebuilt, expanded, and electrified. This is not a promise. This is not a speech. This is reality, and it's all happening under Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Welcome to Afrique Vibe News. And today, we unveil the before and after story of a country reborn through roads. For decades, the road network in Burkina Faso was more of a legend than a functional system. Long after independence, successive governments promised to invest in national infrastructure. But for the average citizen, those promises never touched the ground in urban areas. Only major roads receive patches of care, often cosmetic, just enough for visiting dignitaries or international events. But once you left the capital, reality hit like a shockwave. Dirt roads were the norm. Potholes filled with stagnant rainwater. Bridges collapsed and never rebuilt. Children had to walk kilometers through uneven terrain just to attend school. In remote villages, residents lived like islands, cut off from opportunity, healthcare, education, and even justice. The rainy season made things worse. Entire communities were rendered unreachable for months. Trucks carrying food couldn't move. Sick mothers couldn't be taken to clinics. Farmers couldn't transport their harvest. Economies shriveled. Lives were lost, not to conflict or disease, but to poor roads. The roads in Burkina Faso didn't just represent infrastructure. They represented inequality. The capital and a few connected cities moved forward while the rest were left in the dust. Literally, one local elder in the north once said, "If a cow falls on this road, it stays there for days. No one can pass, not even the government vehicles." This wasn't an exaggeration. It was a painful truth that it was clear. Burkina Faso didn't just need roads. It needed a revolution in the way it built and valued infrastructure. In September 2022, a bold and decisive figure stepped forward. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, a young military officer who captured the nation's attention and became the president of Burkina Faso. But unlike others before him, Traoré didn't wait years to act. He understood something fundamental, that no nation can stand without roads. Roads are not just asphalt. They are lifelines, arteries of national unity, and the foundation of development. The first major policy shift was immediate. Traoré redirected funds from unnecessary foreign consultancies and overhead bureaucracies toward local road construction projects. He empowered Burkinabé engineers, construction workers, and architects, placing a heavy emphasis on homegrown capacity. Under his leadership, the National Infrastructure Task Force was created, bringing together local governments, the army, private contractors, and traditional leaders to identify and prioritize key road projects, instead of depending on foreign aid. Traoré's government used state-owned mining revenue, local taxes, and in-kind contributions from patriotic companies to launch what many now call the Asphalt Revolution. He famously declared during a regional summit, "We will not wait for Europe or the IMF to build our country. The road to Burkina Faso's future must begin with our own hands." That statement marked a turning point. Suddenly, once forgotten roads were bustling with bulldozers. Old bridges were demolished and reconstructed. Road maintenance crews became visible across all 13 regions of the country. Asphalt plants were activated. Local materials, limestone, granite, and sand, were sourced directly from Burkinabé suppliers. Every kilometer built was measured, reported, and broadcast to the public through community radios, social media, and government updates. The people were no longer in the dark, they were involved. Let's take a tour across Burkina Faso and see the transformation with our own eyes. In Ouagadougou, the capital city, the old narrow roads of sectors 25, 30, and 45 have been expanded. Previously impassable during peak hours, they're now lined with drainage systems, sidewalks, and solar-powered streetlights. A new ring road project is underway to decongest the city center. In Kaya, the road linking the town to the main national highway was previously a dusty mess, filled with ditches. Under Traoré's leadership, it's now a smooth, dual-lane road facilitating trade from the north to the capital. In Tinkadogo, the route connecting the city to surrounding farming villages is now rebuilt with reinforced shoulders. Agricultural trucks, which used to break down en route to markets, now move freely. In the Sahel region, where insecurity once made construction difficult, the army now escorts engineering teams to construct strategic roads that also boost local economies. Roads have become tools of peace and presence, not just transport. In Fadin Gorma, schools that were once isolated are now connected by a web of feeder roads. Students can ride bicycles or buses to schools, reducing dropout rates by over 40% in certain districts. But perhaps the most emotional change has been in the countryside. Imagine a woman in a rural village going into labor during a heavy rainstorm. 2 years ago, that would be a death sentence due to inaccessible roads. Today, she's driven to the nearest health center on a solid, gravel-paved path. That is the impact of real leadership. Improved roads aren't just about comfort. They're economic engines. Under Traoré's road strategy, transport costs have dropped by 35% in key trading corridors. Farmers' income in newly connected areas has risen by over 45% within just 12 months. Local markets have expanded, and small businesses now have access to more customers. Tourism in regions like Banfora and Bobo del Lasso has picked up due to better road access. More than 70,000 construction jobs were created directly or indirectly through road projects. From welders and machine operators to truck drivers and cooks feeding road crews, the economy has felt the ripple effect of this national effort. The trucking industry has also modernized. Where previously only battered old trucks ruled the roads, today, fleets of modern, locally assembled vehicles move goods efficiently. One transport operator said, "Before Traoré, one delivery could take 5 days. Now I do it in 2. And I save fuel, time, and money." Roads in Burkina Faso are more than development. They are tools of unity and defense. In conflict-affected zones, the lack of roads gave terrorists an advantage. The state couldn't reach certain areas, leaving them vulnerable to extremist influence. Today, with roads being built into the heart of once isolated communities, security forces can deploy faster, patrol wider areas, and respond in real time. Mobile police units and emergency medical teams now use these roads to serve citizens, even in the remotest villages. Infrastructure has become a symbol of state presence and national unity. It's also restoring trust between the government and the people. As citizens see physical development, their hope is rekindled. They realize they're not forgotten. Across the nation, the people have spoken. A mother in Gorsi says, "I used to give birth at home because I couldn't reach the clinic. Today, I go by motorbike on a smooth road. My last delivery was safe." A teacher in Zorgo says, "Our school now gets books on time. We even have a school bus. I never thought I'd see this day." A youth leader in Dori says, "Before Traoré, we felt abandoned. Now, we feel included." Their voices echo across the country, voices of gratitude, hope, and pride. Burkina Faso's road revolution is not just local, it is continental. Across Africa, leaders are watching Ibrahim Traoré's approach. He has shown that development does not require permission from foreign powers. It requires courage, planning, and execution. He has proven that Pan-African leadership begins at home, by solving real problems with local hands. Roads may seem simple, but they are the foundation of national greatness. Burkina Faso was once known for its broken roads. Today, it's becoming a symbol of Africa's rising potential. Under Ibrahim Traoré, what was once forgotten has become a priority. What was once neglected has become new again. This is more than concrete. This is commitment. This is leadership. This is the new Burkina Faso. You've been watching a Frick Vibe News. where Africa leads the story. If you believe in Africa's rise, subscribe, share, and stay tuned, because this is just the beginning.